business skills that makes millions, and how being dumb can actually help. Hi, I'm Amanda Bennett, and I have been in business for over 30 years, and I specialise in scaling businesses. I have had many that have gone into multi-millions and multinationals over the years. Anyway, we'll talk about that later. I want to talk about how being dumb actually helps you make millions. So in school, in high school, I was a dumb blonde. All the dumb blonde jokes came to me, and I really believed them. I thought I was not really smart and didn't really care about being smart. It was only in my 30s that I realised I might actually have a little bit of intelligence there. When I actually did my MBA and was able to fast track it and found it quite easy, and they were all surprised. I was like, oh, okay, I must know something. And then I did a test for Mensa, and I was like 1 or 2 points off from being a member. So I went, okay, I had this perception of myself as not being smart, but I really am. Though that perception came from that was reinforced for quite a few reasons. And a lot of those reasons are why I've been so successful in business and how it can actually help you make millions of dollars. So basically, I ask a lot of dumb questions. So my first point is to make millions in business is ask a lot of dumb questions. You just can't assume you know everything. Asking questions others are afraid to ask actually gives you a real edge. I know, Henry Ford had a big fight with a newspaper who called him dumb, and they did this actual a whole media campaign about it, where they came in and they gave him half an hour and he had to answer all these different questions, and he had 6 phones on his desk, and they'll ask him the question, and within a few minutes he had the answer because he knew who to ask. So asking dumb questions is definitely really important for being able to grow a $1 million, multi-million dollar business. And they lead to a lot of success. One of the best examples I can give was early on when we were designing the boots for my boots business, Bennett's Boots. My business partner, who was my husband at the time, asked what everybody in the room thought was a dumb question. So we're in this room full of women, because they're women's boots, and designers and the manufacturer and so forth. And he asked the question of, why is the inner sole so hard? Why isn't it softer like a runner? And of course, everybody turned around and said, because that's what high-end designer shoes are. That's how they're made. And he sort of went into himself because he just got shot down by everybody in the room. And then we went, wait a minute. Just because that's how it's made does not mean that we have to make it that way. We can have a look at that. So we flushed it out and we did some samples and all that sort of stuff. And in the end, our whole line of footwear had this extra padding on the inner sole. And that was one of the key reasons why people kept coming back to us. The boots were so incredibly comfortable. Now, if he hadn't asked that dumb question, I'm sure we wouldn't have been able to scale as quickly as we did. So asking dumb questions is number 1 for how to make millions. The second point would be keeping it simple. So overcomplicating things kills it. If you focus on simple solutions that solve the real problem, that's how to really make millions. Steve Jobs is the poster boy for mastering simple. So when he came back to Apple, so he got fired and then they brought him back on in 1997, he actually axed 70% of the product lines that they had, just got rid of them overnight. Like, that is a massive call, especially in a massive company. But by getting rid of 70% of the products that they offered and reducing it down to just 4 core products, he was able to rebuild that business and is now one of the most profitable businesses in the world, or was. So that simplifying really does have a knock-on effect. It has a knock-on effect, obviously, within the business, because if you've simplified it, then people can just focus on a smaller amount of elements and they're not wasting time jumping everywhere. Also, it simplifies it for the customer, so they don't have to use so much energy to make choices and so forth. So simplifying, definitely massive key to that. One of the ways that I have done it, let's say recently, in my laser tag business that I just sold last year, when I came in, they had lots of different price structures. This is a price for schools, this is a price for parties, this is a price for this size party and this size party and this, and everything was all over the place. And when I looked at it, I was like, this is so confusing. So I made it one price for everybody, whether you're adult, child, group, etc. I made it one price for all, and it was at that time it was $30. So you come play, it's $30. But what I did to add value is I gave massive amounts of free stuff away. If, say, for example, had a birthday party, I gave them about $270 worth of free stuff for having their birthday party, and they had to have a minimum of 10 people. So that way I was able to expand the size of the group, but the pricing was simple. If they wanted to have 11 or 12 or 13 or etc., then that's up to them, and they know it's an extra $30 each time. Simple. Really made the difference. And it made, well, I tenfolded that business, so it worked. Another way to make millions in business is to listen more and talk less. Obviously, I'm doing lots of talking here. That's not my normal mode, but smart people really love to talk. And if you're going to do well, listening to those really smart people can make such a massive difference. The real skill in being a millionaire is learning how to listen. You listen to your customers, tell you what they need. You listen to your staff, tell you what they need and what can help them grow. And all the smart people out there, there's so much information that learning to listen is really good. The habit of talking last and asking lots of questions is one that I've been building on for a very long time. Any board meeting, anything like that, I've always made sure that I'm the last, if possible, to actually talk in the business. It means that if everybody else has had their say and put the information on the table, then you can pull it together and make something of what's been said. So make it a habit that you're the last one to talk every time. I had this digital marketing business at one stage, and one of the key ingredients to understanding what the customer wanted was that I didn't talk very much. So I'd go in, the customer would say, oh, I want, pay per click, and I need content, and I need this and I need that. But what I did instead was had these selection of questions that I would ask that would actually get to the deep-rooted problems that they were having, and then I was able to tailor a digital solution, marketing solution to those needs, as opposed to giving them what they're asking for. And that way they got way better results. So listening more, talking less, definitely a big key to being a multimillionaire in business. Another one is do what others won't. Yeah, this is always a hard one, and it's definitely an effective one. So most people avoid risks and hard work, or hard work. So one of the key things would be to step up when other people are hesitating, and then you'll really stand out. So I'll give you a cycling analogy for this because my husband is into cycling. When somebody's about to break away, you're in the peloton and someone's about to break away, those who hesitate miss the break. And that happens in business all the time. All the time they can see, oh, something's changing, something's moving, oh, let's hesitate, let's wait, let's not take any risks, and then they get left behind. And this is just absolutely exponential since the 90s, since, internet's come in, since social media's come in. Now we've got cloud computing and AI and augmented reality and all those different things. There's so many businesses that have actually missed that ability to jump on that wave, and now are playing catch up. So even if your other people around you are going, oh no, that's just a fad, or I'm not really sure about that, do some research and don't hesitate. Give things a go. Take those risks. Any business that does well and actually continues to do well has a strong level of innovation. Innovation is key to their success. So what's an example of doing something others won't? Let's go back to the boots business again. So in Bennett's Boots, we sold our boots online. Now, back in 2005, selling clothes online was really, people just didn't want to buy clothes. You had to go into a store to buy clothes. No one was interested. And the process was that they would send you 3 sizes of the same item, and then you had to send it back. And it was very, very hard. It was just hard work to buy clothes online. So when it came to footwear, which is a way more specialized sizing, and especially our footwear, so ours were wide calf boots. So we had different sizes for the calf and the feet. So each shoe size would have up to 4 different calf sizes. So you could be, say, a size 38 shoe, but you'll be a size 38 wide, double wide, triple wide, or 4 wide. So now we've got lots of different levels of sizing. So specialized footwear, buying footwear online was just no one was doing it. Everyone was saying that's crazy, don't even bother. And for specialty footwear, that was even more crazy an idea. But we went for it anyway. We went for it, and I made sure that we gave as much information as possible. What measurement is this? What measurement is that? Foot measurements, everything we could possibly do. Actually, I designed what now is followed globally as the wide calf boots metrics on how wide certain things are and sizing and so forth. That was a part of what I designed in it. But others weren't doing that. Nobody else was doing it. At the time, to get wide calf boots online, the only ones that you could find were cowboy boots in America and how do I put it? Prostitute boots, thigh high, transvestite type boots. They were, you could find wide calf boots like that online. And even then that was, you had to contact them, email them or call them to organise it. You couldn't actually buy them by the size and so forth. So at the time, nobody else was doing footwear online. No one was doing specialty footwear online. And the wide cuff boots was actually a whole new segment at the time as well. There were some places that were starting to do it and they were putting elastic in. Ugh, not really nice, but yeah, as I said, we created the different size groups and we did it online, and others wouldn't, and I was able to absolutely exponentially grow that business within a very short period of time because I did what others wouldn't. Okay, the next is sell yourself first. Okay, confidence really does sell. There's no way around it. It really does work. If you're not confident in yourself, then people aren't going to buy from you because it's a trust thing. So you need to believe in yourself, even if you don't know it all. Others will follow you if you've got confidence. Now, this is not being cocky. I know everything. It's going, hey, I don't know everything, but I believe we can do this and I believe we can do that. So being confident in yourself is not knowing everything. No one can know everything. The information is absolutely exponentially growing at the moment that it's impossible to know everything. So don't put that expectation on yourself. All you can do is the best decision you can make at the time with the information you have, and you can seek out more information as often as you can. But you need to be confident within yourself to be able to do it. certainty, it's sexy. So if you can't believe in yourself, because let's face it, we all have really tough times go on. And if you can't believe in yourself, then just believe what somebody else is saying about you. If someone else is saying, hey, you're great, you're awesome, you should always have that, cheer squad around you in some way. If they're saying, hey, you can do this, you've got this, you're awesome, or if you've got a mentor or a trainer or something who's saying that, just believe them. If you can't believe yourself, believe them and keep moving forward. Put a bit of bravado in and go for it. Another good tip in the, selling yourself first is to learn how to do public speaking. And this has multiple layers. Obviously, when you get up and speak in front of people, it builds your confidence. The more you do it, the more confident you feel. But it also helps you communicate your brilliance. It helps you communicate your essence and who you are. So learning public speaking and getting up and speaking in others is really, really invaluable. And I know I've joined Toastmasters only this year, and I've found that absolutely fantastic place to learn. I've obviously had years of experience in public speaking, but a lot of the people that go in there, they're petrified. They don't know how to public speak, and they're getting up there and giving it a go, and their confidence is soaring because of it. And yeah, Toastmasters, there's lots of different ones out there, but there's Toastmasters I know is global. So have a look at that to, have confidence in yourself and put yourself first. An example of where I've done that, probably one of my favorite ones, again, was in high school. So like I said, I was a dumb blonde in high school. My grades were not great. I went to school to socialise, as my mum says. And so I was like a C to D grade student. But this opportunity came up, and it was the opportunity when I was in year 9 to tutor year 7 kids, help them with their schoolwork, right? And they wouldn't allow me. I did not like that. It was something I wanted to do. So I went and I did my preparation, I worked, and I gave them a full assignment on why they should allow me to tutor these kids, even though I didn't have the marks to justify it. And they let me, begrudgingly, they let me. And because they did it begrudgingly, and they said, okay, we've got 3 kids that don't have tutors because they'd already assigned all the other kids, and now were the 3 hardest ones. Of course, they're the ones that get left behind. And they said, okay, which one, you've met them all, which one would you like to take? And I said, I'll take them all. And I did. Again, they weren't happy. The teachers or the powers that be were not happy about that, but I did, and I kicked it out of the park because I had confidence that I could help them. I didn't have confidence that I had the perfect grades. I didn't have confidence that I could spell, and I still can't. But I had confidence that these 3 kids, after meeting them and seeing that they were struggling in year 7, that I could give them enough attention to actually, help. And I really did. I made a big difference in their lives and in their schooling. And at the end of it all, the teachers actually gave me an award and all that sort of stuff for all the work I did. So have confidence in yourself, sell yourself first, even if you don't know how you're going to do it. If you believe that there's something there that you can help someone, do it. You do not have to be perfect in any way, shape or form. Okay, another way to make millions in business is to make dumb moves. I know, isn't that crazy? Who's ever told you that before? Make a dumb move and you'll do well in business. So what I'm talking about here is not stopping yourself from taking action on something that you believe will work, especially because other people think it's dumb. Right? There's so many things that people thought, oh, Amanda, that's really dumb. Don't do that. No. And it's turned out absolutely phenomenal. But it's turned out phenomenal because we all see the world differently. And what I see and what I understood about what was going on was different to what they could see. I had put the time and the energy to look at the situation multiple perspectives, and sort of analyze it from this direction, that direction, that direction. Then other people come along and you explain it, but they haven't done all that work. So they just look at it and go, well, that's dumb, because they can't do it. They haven't done the preparation work and they don't understand. So make those dumb moves. The moves that other people think are dumb, make them. Go for it. And don't worry about what they say. If you've done the work, you've looked at it from as much perspectives as you can, and you've done the research, just give it a go, because that is where the gold happens. And last of all, I would be remiss if I did not say that you make millions in business by embracing your mistakes. Dumb mistakes are absolute gold mines for experience. And experience is how you grow and learn and build on what you've got to make even better decisions moving forward, which will get you the results and make you the millions. So I honestly do not have time to give you the thousands of dumb mistakes I've made. But trust me, there is a lot of them. So a little bit about me. I'm Amanda Bennett. I have been in business for 30 years. I specialise in scaling businesses, and I have scaled multiples. I've sort of scaled so many now that I've got a bit of a system going where I know all the sort of stages and how to do it, and I've now put that together in a course, mentoring course to help people scale their businesses. And I've got my MBA, I'm certified CEO, I work with small businesses, a couple of $100,000 a year to hundreds of millions a year, and I just love this stuff. So please feel free to comment, like, subscribe, all that sort of stuff. Contact me if you've got any questions, or if you want to be a part of our coaching program. Otherwise, being smart doesn't make you millions. Taking action does. Sometimes being a little dumb is the smartest thing you can do.